Hey there, I'm so glad you're here with me today. Let's talk about something that might sound a little radical at first: freedom. We often think of freedom as doing whatever we want, whenever we want, scrolling through Instagram at midnight, chasing that dopamine hit, or saying yes to every little urge that pops up. But what if I told you that true freedom isn't about escaping discipline? What if real freedom comes from mastering it? Take a second to let that sink in. More than 2,000 years ago, the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said something that stayed with me: "No man is free who is not master of himself." In a world obsessed with instant gratification, that wisdom feels more powerful than ever. Because here's the truth: discipline isn't a prison, it's a portal. A portal to real power, real choice, and a life that's truly on your terms. And today, I want to explore with you why self-discipline isn't the enemy of freedom. It's the key to it. Now, let's be honest for a moment. The word discipline can feel heavy, right? It might bring up memories of rigid schedules, high school coaches yelling at you to run laps, or endless shoulds that weigh you down. I get it. I used to dread that word too. It reminded me of the time I tried to stick to a strict diet, only to feel like I was punishing myself every step of the way. But over the years, I've learned that real self-discipline isn't about force. It's about alignment. When discipline comes from the outside, like from a boss or societal pressure, it feels like a cage. But when it comes from within, it feels like power. Think about the last time you gave in to a fleeting urge. Maybe you binged a show on Netflix until 2 a.m., even though you knew you had an early morning. That yes to a momentary craving was really a no to your deeper desire, like feeling rested, focused, or proud of yourself. Self-discipline isn't self-punishment. It's self-respect. It's saying, I value my energy. I honor my future. I trust myself enough to lead myself. And once you start choosing your deeper self over those quick impulses, something shifts. It stops feeling like sacrifice. It starts feeling like sovereignty. So, what's one thing you've been saying yes to that might really be a no to your bigger dreams? Just reflect on that for a moment. The journey to self-mastery doesn't start with grand resolutions or big, dramatic changes. It begins with small promises, tiny agreements you make with yourself and keep. I saw this in my friend Anna, a single mom who felt overwhelmed by her endless to-do list. She started with one simple promise. Every night after her kids went to bed, she'd spend 10 minutes journaling her thoughts. No pressure, no perfection, just 10 minutes. 3 months later, she told me she felt more in control of her life than she had in years. Those 10 minutes became her anchor, her proof that she could trust herself to show up. That's the magic of self-discipline. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. It's not about never falling, it's about always rising. Each time you honor your own word, like getting up when you said you would, finishing the task you set out to do, or choosing a nourishing meal over mindless snacking, you strengthen the inner muscles of resilience, clarity, and peace. Each moment is a brick, slowly building the unshakable foundation of your inner empire. When was the last time you kept a promise to yourself? How did that make you feel? Just think about that for a second. If you're ready to start building that inner freedom, let's make it simple and real. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Just start small, with intention. First, define your why. Without a deeper reason, discipline can crumble under pressure. For example, if you want to get fit, your why might be, I want to run around with my kids without feeling winded. Write that down, maybe stick it on your fridge, and let it guide you. Next, shrink the battlefield. Instead of saying, I'll meditate for an hour every day, start with just 5 minutes. Instead of, I'll stop checking my phone all day, try leaving it in another room for 15 minutes while you sip your morning coffee. Small, achievable promises build momentum. You've got this. Just start with one step today. Another thing that really helps is creating friction for temptations. Environment matters. If you're trying to eat healthier, Don't keep chips in the house. Stock your pantry with pre-cut veggies instead. Make the better choice the easier choice. And celebrate consistency, not intensity. Self-discipline is a marathon, not a sprint. Value those small daily victories, like choosing to go to bed on time, over dramatic, occasional efforts. And here's something important. Practice compassionate discipline. When you slip, and you will, don't shame yourself. I've been there, beating myself up after skipping a workout, only to realize that shame just made me want to give up entirely. Instead, learn from it, adjust, and return. Because discipline built on shame collapses, but discipline built on love endures. You're not fighting yourself, you're leading yourself. You're not forcing, you're freeing. So today, I invite you to choose one small act of self-discipline, not to punish yourself, not to impress anyone, but to honor the free, powerful person you're becoming. Maybe it's setting your alarm 10 minutes earlier tomorrow to write down your goals. Maybe it's saying no to that extra hour of Netflix so you can read a book that lights you up. What's one small promise you're ready to make to yourself today? Take a moment to think about it. I'd love to hear. Because every small act of discipline isn't just a step, it's a declaration of your freedom. You're the architect of your own liberation. And if this message resonated with you, I'd love for you to join me on this journey. Subscribe to Path Within for more insights on building a life of freedom and purpose. Share this video with someone who's walking their own path of self-mastery. And drop a comment below. What's that one small promise you're making to yourself today? I can't wait to read it. Freedom isn't given, it's built. And it's built from within.